Secretary.
This portion of the agenda allows an individual the opportunity to address the board on any item not on the agenda regarding district business. State law prohibits the district from taking any action on items not on the agenda unless authorized under section 54954.2 of the Government Code, and your matter may be referred to the general manager. An individual may also address the board on any agenda item at the time the matter is discussed and prior to board consideration or action. Speakers will be limited to 5 minutes. Your time will start when you approach the podium, and you'll be given a 30-second warning before your time expires. If you choose to ask a question during this time, any response by the board will not extend your time. Questions may be referred to the general manager to be answered at a later time after the meeting. In order to allow for a smooth and orderly meeting, and allow each speaker the ability to address the board, disruptions from the audience will not be tolerated, and you can be asked to leave. We appreciate your cooperation in this democratic process.
Public comments.
Hi, I'm Sue Johnson with William Fisher, and this will be just kind of quick. This week I had a email conversation with Adriana, and it was regarding last meeting. I asked if there was any charges to William Fisher for a water pipe that was broken, that was repaired. It actually was broken by one of the cable companies, and her response to me was that no, they were not charged, that William Fisher was charged for the parts, which is manual. It was like $25, okay? However, the response was the reason why the pipes were broken is because RCSD didn't have any maps of the water system, of where the pipes go. And so when they marked the roads for the cable company, they didn't mark them correctly, okay? So tonight, I'm going to give you what I have, which is the maps of the water system that was given to me. I had it also per William Fisher, but it was given to me by Sherry Delano, RCSD manager, back in 2006. Okay, so I don't know where these are, but I kind of feel it's unfair to be charging William Fisher. It's little petty amounts, but now that we're in the thousands of dollars that we owe to RCSD, I kind of look at everything. And even though it's $25, $26, we're being charged for postage, we're being charged for all these other things. So I just want to make sure that if there's a problem in the future, you know how to find the pipes. Okay?
Thank you. General Manager.
Yeah, if you could have her, I'll talk to you after the meeting, get your information, because I'll check into that for you.
I don't know if anybody wants.
Send me after the meeting, and I'll get your phone number.
Anyone else?
Also, I did email you. I don't know if you received the 2 emails I sent you. I sent you one yesterday, and I also sent you one last week. I just forwarded the same exact email.
What name is it coming under?
It was under your email you gave me,
No,
R. Smith.
I know, but
Sue Johnson.
Sue, it's going to come across as Sue Johnson.
It should, yes. And then it was regarding William Fisher, and it had attachments.
I'll look for that.
Okay.
Sometimes there's email glitches, but I'll look for Sue Johnson.
Thank you. That's it.
Any other public comments? Okay, I'm going to approve March 1st, 2016 regular board meeting minutes. So moved. Second. Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Well. Any public comments? Consider CC1 approved check voucher register from February 23rd, 2016 to March 8th, 2016. No move. Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Any public comments? New business. And the one nominated Board of Director, General Manager of the CSDA Board of Directors.
Yes, Mr. President. There is
We'll let the General Manager comment first, then if you have public comments.
There's the CSDA, and we have the packet that they sent us, is requesting if we wanted to nominate anybody to be part of the election to sit on the board for the CSDA. I know Steve Perez was on the board. He was a past president. Mr. McKay was a past president. This seat is for the Central District, which we're part of. And there is a board member that is an incumbent that's running again. So it's up to you guys, and I told Mr. McKay, he was president before, and I've said, you know, if you want me to run on behalf of the district, I'm fine with that, but I think Mr. McKay was a past president, he'd be a good choice too, and it's all up to you whether you want one of us to run or not run. And you put your name in the hopper, and the district, all the districts vote, and then whoever gets elected sits on the board. And they have to go up there like once a month.
Public comments. Director's comments.
If anybody was going to be appointed, I think it should be the general manager. I served 12 years on the board before, so I think it's a fair time to have somebody else have an opportunity.
My feeling is that, you know, here's the guy is an incumbent that's running again, so he's in for a little more punishment. Doing that, I would rather the incumbent continue to serve, and as the general manager just getting started here, might want to just keep him here close to home.
And I'm good with either one. It's at your pleasure.
Any other directors?
Or Mr. Wallace would be good.
Dennis, you have anything else to add?
No, I could agree with Mr. McKay on that.
Okay, do we want to have a motion for that?
Is it an action item? Yes, it is. Huh?
Yes, it's scheduled. It's scheduled for action.
Okay, anyone want to make a motion to nominate Ron?
I'll move to nominate the general manager. I'll second.
All in favor?
Look, we have a little discussion on that.
Okay?
You're okay doing that, at least put your hat in the ring, right?
You know, if it's important to this board for us to run, and if I got elected, you know, it's going to be an onus. I have to go up there to Sacramento once a month for board meetings, and it's got to take work, which takes it away from this district. But if the CSDA is that important, that that's what the board wants, then if that's part of my job, I'll do it. I don't mind doing it.
We don't want you to take time away from this district, of course. It'll be forefront of your mind all the time, thinking those things that you're traveling.
I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night.
Or even about the district,
That's
that's
right.
good, that's what we
I
want.
do wake up at 4 in the morning thinking about it.
At this position, the different districts have to vote on it, is that what it works?
He's
Right,
running-
so,
he's running against the
yeah, we would put my name, if you're nominating me from this district, we would put my name into the ballot, and then that ballot would go around to every district that's members of the CSDA and the central district, and then they would vote, and then whoever wins will be announced, I think, at the fall convention.
And you would put it together with a resume, that type of thing.
I have to, yeah, it's in the package, that you have to put together a little blurb and everything, and put it out there.
So we want to vote on it?
I think it's a good idea for us to be represented wherever possible in those organizations.
I have to say, the CSDA is one that, this year I went to all the conventions that the staff and the board suggested I go to, and out of all of them, I think the CSDA was probably our best. And right now, there's a piece that they're lobbying, because there's some bills up in Sacramento that they're trying to change the way we do bidding and everything. It's going to cost us more money, and I'm going up, as you know, on legislative day, because we're trying to lobby for that also. The CSDA has a good, I get all the alerts from them.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to vote on that, the general manager, appointing him?
You have a motion and a second.
Vote, yes.
Call for the question.
Call for the question.
Oh, no, call for the question is a separate motion. It takes a majority vote, there's no.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Passes unanimously.
All right, ND2, discussion, direction regarding the rate study.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we table this item and have a workshop.
I second that motion.
Well, I think it's just discussion and direction.
Yeah, I was gonna give you an update on what we're doing and everything, and if you had any ideas of where we move forward.
I think it's here for the
Well,
public, first of all.
right.
Well, if you give us an update, then we'll see, take public comment.
Sure, I think that's, where the public is here today, should have a chance to comment on the rate.
Sure, we're, you know, as you know, some work needed to be done on the pool, and that's progressing. We have a contractor that came in and gave us a great,
We're talking about the rate study.
Rate study, that's rate study.
Oh, we're doing the rate study, I'm sorry, I thought we went to the pool already. Okay, rate study. The GEI was hired to do the rate study for us. And tonight is just the beginning of trying to keep, you know, open government and transparent, sort of get it in everybody's mind. In 2 weeks, at the next meeting, we'll be bringing you the full-blown GEI report. This was just sort of an overview of how hard staff has worked. Brock and John and I and Lizette and Brad have been working on this ever since we got GEI's report also. We didn't like GEI's report. And they had it being raised, you know, from $20 at the base to $51.06 right off the bat. And so I said that, you know, at first, you know, finance directors would say, these are the numbers. I said, well, let's look at the numbers. We have to be a little bit more creative. We looked at depreciation. We looked at how we were using the money. And so we went through and
So it's related to the budget then?
what's that?
Is it, the numbers you're coming up with are related to the budget for next year?
Absolutely. It's related to the budget, and let me tell you the main thing that it's related to. Even though we're in a drought right now, as you know, the adjudication happened December 23rd, and this district is going to be cut back from our pumping of about 2,900 acre-feet a year down to 404 acre-feet a year. That is guaranteed with the can pump. In order to so you're talking almost, you know, 2,500 homes that, you know, that don't have water, that we don't have water right now that we're able to pump. So that means we either have to purchase water rights or we have to buy AVAC water. If we allow to pump and we pay what's called the replenishment fee from talking with the other water suppliers, the other public water suppliers, it's going to go anywhere from $700 to $1,000 an acre for I don't know. It always does it during this meeting. I don't know what phone or stat. My phone's off, so I don't know.
If you're not talking, you try turning off your microphone. It's probably your phone interfering
That
with
one's
the
on.
microphone.
So the cost of water is going to be very expensive. So that was all calculated in there. You know, what's going to be our return flow? What's going to be the cost? AVAC water right now is $485 an acre foot. You know, can we, as you know, we just recently were able to purchase 150 acre feet for some developers, but that's not for our water. We still have to go out and purchase water for ourselves. So you have to defray that cost over a period of time. What is the cost of operation? As you know, the last study that this agency has done was back in 2009, and that it wasn't, according to our finance director now, it was going under the table a little bit. And so you were slowly building up. As you know, our budget runs in the red. Operation budget ran, at least at the beginning of this year, it was running close to $900,000 in the red in deficit. Of course, it's balanced because we pay it off, but you pay it off from the reserves that you have. But reserves don't last forever. They're going to run out. You know, and if the agency becomes insolvent and goes bankrupt, I don't know the exact laws of everything that happens, but I know it gets taken over and they don't have to follow Prop 218. And so what we have to do is we have to be good business managers for what assets we have and do good for the ratepayers. So we sent staff back. The cost of water is the deciding factor, the operating costs. So all that was factored in. We talked back and forth, you know, what are the possibilities for the future? And so this is not the worst case scenario. Say we have to do replenishment fees for everything, because as you know, the state water project is not 100% reliable. So if we have to replenish, then we have to pay the higher fee. So all that was taken into consideration tonight. It's just sort of like opening it up to the public, starting to talk about it. We're going to bring you the whole package at the next meeting, which will have all the backup data, how we calculate it, the spreadsheets, all the numbers, and that. So this is just the first one. But you can see that instead of raising it to 5106, our staff and everything came up with only raising it to 3489. And just as consideration, let's see what the sheets are. I won't say who it is on each one of you, but I ran your bills. Just to see what you guys are using water, and you guys consider pretty good. So, one board member, it goes up from, you'd have to pay, if we took a month, and we took what you did pay that month at the current rates, and if we would have had the new rates, what you would have paid, one board member, it only went up $6.86. Another board member went up $19.71. One board member would save $106.95. Another board member would save $2.41, and another board member would save $1.84. So those are your water bills of what we ran. So you can see that it's right in line. And the reason why it seems a little bit more variable is because, as you can see in the rate study, you'll have more detail next time. We've lowered the commodity rate, but we're not giving away 3 acre-feet of water. We figured you pay what you get for it. You use an acre-foot of water that year, you pay an acre-foot of water that year. So by units, if you use a couple of units more, then you're going to have to pay for it. So the commodity rate is lower, but we don't give away free, and then the base rate has been raised, and that's for the infrastructure and the stuff. The sewer system is not going down, even though right now we have somewhat of a surplus of money in the sewer, and that's because we are not fully functional yet. Once we go completely tertiary water is not a moneymaker. Selling the tertiary water hopefully defrays the cost. What's important about the tertiary water, as you know, is it lowers our water demand in the adjudication. So if we use 200 acre-feet of water, that's 200 acre-feet of water we don't have to pump, that we get. And so when we go full-blown, and Brock and John can tell you, we have to hire, somebody, all the dumpers that come in. Remember we went to Lahontan and we got the new permitting? Well, what that permitting means, there's more test wells that have to be drilled. We have to test the water that comes into the sewer plant with the dumpers. There's more testing that has to be done every month. Once we start tertiary treatment, somebody has to go around, to whoever we deliver it to. They have to inspect all the time. They have to make sure everything's done right. So that additional staff, additional costs, and so that's why the sewer rate is only going up a little bit. And even though you might see that we still have a surplus, that surplus is going to go away quite fast, and according to Brad, we balanced it. And Brad he's on vacation. He'll be here next week for the full-blown presentation, but like I said, we're going to be 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks. Correct, 3 weeks from now.
Okay, we're going to take public comments, but I'd like to say before we do that, there's a motion to have a workshop, and it will probably happen, and you're welcome to come to workshop, right? They can come to that, right?
Workshops are public meetings if there is a workshop, but I didn't hear a second to that motion.
I second.
Oh, you did? Okay, I apologize, I will shut my mouth.
And one director's got a lot of
Allison?
questions, yes.
So we just take direction for a workshop?
We can take direction for a workshop, and it's regarding the rate study, so
Right.
we're okay for setting.
Public comments.
Good evening, Greg Williams. Concerning the suggestion that there would be workshops, great idea. I think the public needs every opportunity to come in here and learn how you guys come up with the rates for what we're going to be paying, because ultimately it comes out of our wallet. Transparency has not been a claim to fame of this district, and I would truly hope that a workshop would start that path. I do know that when you calculate rates, there's a scientific formula that you guys can't charge a penny more than what it costs for infrastructure, delivering that water to a house or taking that sewage away from a house. And I don't see, and I'm not arguing for higher rates, believe me, I don't understand how an engineering company can come in at $50-ish and then we can undercut that number by almost half. Doesn't make sense. I'm sure that if we have the workshops, that would be something we could explain, because none of us out here are water engineers, and none of us know exactly, how you guys operate. And I think this would be an opportunity for you guys to increase your stock with the community, of not trying to scare us with tactics of the state's going to come in and take over the water if we go bankrupt. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, that's what it sounds like to the casual observer. The other part is, someone said it a couple of weeks ago, we need transparency. This community needs to come together, and that's I'm trying to tone it down a bit, so that's all I've got to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Director's comments, questions?
I had a quick question. This thing, we have how many ratepayers on the water system? 4,700, is that right?
A little over 4,800 active accounts.
And how many of those are homes?
Probably just upwards of 4,700.
And if you divide 4,700 by 2, you come up with 2,350 acre feet. Like every home used a half acre foot last year.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually used 2,350 acre feet last year. Is that right?
We're just over 2,200 acre feet.
So we're less than 2,350. So everybody used less than half acre foot on average. And I guess, should we change our calculations, or how do we go about persuading people to keep that kind of conservation going on, or should we ever make our numbers based on half acre foot instead of acre foot?
Well, all those questions, if you're gonna have a workshop, you can have Brad here and Brock, and you can have all the spreadsheets, and as Mr. Williams was saying, about the engineering, a lot of times the engineering is the math, the thing that's creative is finance.
Right.
Because you have depreciation, you have the way you move money around from one ledger line to another, and that's what's important, and so Brad was really good at that, but, having a workshop can answer all those questions for you.
Yeah, I can. So Allison, do we need to take a vote on that?
I have direction to.
Yeah,
I did have some questions I wanted to ask.
That can be done on
Workshop,
workshop.
we just passed that down.
If there's something being passed out to the board members, it needs to be made available to the public.
Can we take a recess, quick recess, because Lizette's gonna have to make copies of the.
I was just gonna put it on the podium.
On the podium, that one? Okay, thanks.
If I can read it to you.
Mr. Glenn, go ahead.
I think the workshop's a great idea. I did exactly what you did with my bill. I went through and looked at my bill. And there's two ways we collect money. The base rate that everybody pays whether you use any water or not. And then your consumption, the water that you use. Last year, there were 4 months on the year that I was only used 3 units, which means I was at the very bottom. My bill was $20 a month for those 4 months. If Rosamond's new rate that we're looking at would have been in effect, my bill would have been $35 for 4 months instead of $20. If GI's would have been in effect, it would have been $51 instead of $20. Pretty good increase on the base rate. If I used 15 units of water, my bill would have been $47. Under RCSDs, it would be $50. Under GEI, it would be $59. So you see, there's not much of a change there when I use 15 units of water. If I only use 3 units of water, there's a huge change. If I use 30 units of water, currently my bill would be $75. Under the proposal for RCSD, it'd be $71. Under GEI, it'd be $73. It'd actually be a little bit less if I use more water. Does it need to be? But I see no reason to cut the consumption rate tiers, because those are there to increase water efficiency, and everything that's being proposed is showing that you can use more water and it's not going to cost you that much. So I kind of feel, and that's what the workshop would bring out. Yeah, I see no reason to decrease the consumption tiers. Maybe leave them like they are increased, but the basic rate does have to come up. And that's where you get the money, because that's where 4,800 people have to kick in.
I think that we have to deal with the, sorry, you.
I don't think we really discussed this in our workshop, do we?
Well, wait till the workshop.
Right. I think we need to do the workshop.
Okay, so I have direction, we'll set up the workshop.
Yes. Okay, we need to take a vote on it, it's,
No, I have direction.
You can give direction to do a workshop, and we'll simply move on from this item.
and so you'll give us,
We'll have that before the next meeting.
you'll give us a date.
We'll check all of your I'll have Lizette call you and check your calendars, and we'll see when we can get it together, when Brad's here too. and then Allison's available, so we'll have to have everybody.
Then put it out to the public, right?
Yep, it'll be noticed, a notice meeting.
Before the April 6th or the April 5th meeting.
Yes, we're gonna try to.
Okay, ND3, discussion regarding pool program and fees, any public comments?
You want me to? There was a
Yeah, go ahead,
discussion.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay.
No, it says landscape and lighting assessment.
Was it?
Not on mine.
You're looking at March 1st.
Oh, okay. I think it's taking a hold on. Okay, so it's what?
It's the pool. Discussion on the pool. We put that on there, a couple of board members asked to have a discussion item put on, and just a little talk and sort of an update of where we are. As I was saying before on the wrong agenda item, we have a contractor that came out that looked at the pool. We were a little bit nervous that the plaster might have been too bad, and it was gonna cost a lot of money. It wasn't. We're able to fix it, and he's acid washing, making sure that it's all up to health code, new lights, new grates over the drains, everything's cleaned up, staff has been there cleaning up. So we're right on board. We're hiring lifeguards, so if the public, if you know any lifeguards, send them our way, because we need to hire some more lifeguards. We have a pool manager, we have a pool consultant that does aquatic programs, has been doing it for about 25, 30 years, and we're probably gonna bring them on board to make sure we're making as much money as we can to defray the costs and keep costs down. So everything's moving along really well. Staff's been working really hard, and we're planning on opening up the pool, if time works right, the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. And so far, we're all on schedule. Also, the discussion item, the one director that asked wanted to talk about program times. You know, I don't know if you had night swims before, that's what's suggested, but we can still have a night swim because we have the lights. Also fees, you guys, I think I've gotten direction from you that everybody in West Park residents will not pay, but there was two different agreements or two different ideas. Mr. Glennon said the residents and family members that live there are free, but guests pay. And then some people said, well, no, guests should go free too. So you just have to give us direction on how we bring back the fees, and, you know, not necessarily come to a consensus, but, you know, you can give me direction on when we bring back the fee, because we're gonna have to bring back the fee schedule to you and some other items.
We need to fix a bunch of lights over there, too.
Yep, they're all getting fixed. Everything's gonna be fixed.
Tennis court, too.
New tile, the tennis court? No, that's extra money. We're getting the pool open, but tennis court is another cost.
Public
Tennis
comments.
court and basketball courts.
Public comments. Director's comments.
So we had some cleaning up over there.
I'm sorry?
In Westville, we paid Desert Haven.
We have a lot of cleanup. Yeah, Desert Haven did there was weeds growing up all over the pool. It was a mess. And so they came in and did the landscaping cleanup. We have our staff coming in there cleaning up the offices and the chlorine room. We're gonna have the pool staff going over there cleaning the lifeguard office. Showers need to be fixed, water needs to be fixed, new tile is being put on. So it's gonna be all looking good by the time the kiddie pool is being replastered, and they're going to do the glass beads on the tile because of all the, you know, buildup of the alkaline and everything. It's gonna look good. So
You plan on opening it when?
the weekend, I don't have the calendar, but the weekend before Memorial Day. So what is that, the 21st? Be that Saturday. Would be the 21st.
We don't need to take no action on that, right?
No, it's just direction on, you know, if you had any other comments, if you had any other ideas, if you want night swims, and also the fees. You know, if you want me to bring back two different ideas on the fees, one where West Park goes completely free, no matter who they bring in, or West Park, the people who live there go free, and any of their guests. So if they have a pool party, the other guests have to pay. So it's up to your discretion. There's different ideas.
So the folks that live in West Park, I understand them being free, they're paying for it, but if they have a guest, that guest shouldn't pay.
Right, and
They are not paying anything
right.
in support of the pool.
Right, and I think that's what staff is leaning towards, but ultimately, you guys are gonna pay, you guys are gonna vote on the fee schedule.
I would check with the consultant, see if they raise headaches if you had one guest. household, that thing. Yeah.
He's gonna leave it over for a period of time.
Right.
We'll check with the consultant.
We'll talk with the consultant on everything because we want to try to, try to defray as much cost as we can in the operation of the pool.
One of the things, if you're looking at the night swims, look at what the cost of the night swims is.
Absolutely.
See if it's feasible, we're gonna make, it pays for itself.
Yeah, the consultant has lots of great ideas on different parties and different events and different things. And she was the one that did the Bear Valley Springs pool and got that going better. And so she has a lot of good ideas. Like I said, she's been doing this about 30 years.
I believe we're required to have 3 lifeguards in all night.
I don't know all the OSHA
And that's the
requirements, and that's what I'm depending on the consultant and the pool manager for. And she's going to come in also. The consultant's going to come in and make sure that we're all OSHA compliant. Going to have manuals, operation, checklists, everything that we need.
Nothing else?
That's
Okay,
it.
we're going to open public meeting, PH1, we're introducing ordinance 2016-1, an ordinance of Rosamond Communiy Services Districts adjusting the compensation for the members of the board of directors.
Yes, Mr. President. The board gave me direction to bring back an ordinance that changed. You went through a lot of different travel conversations and everything. And the final one was to bring back the ordinance that lowers the compensation from $147 per meeting to $100 per meeting, and keeping the number of meetings of 6 per month. And so that's reflected in the new ordinance, and it's before you now. So that's your pleasure.
Any public comments? Director comments?
Is there anything to prevent the director from only accepting $100 a month at his basis?
You don't have to accept any of the
You don't have to
compensation,
accept any compensation.
but that's up to each individual.
So you can do that now.
They certainly
Yeah,
could,
$100 a meeting, ordinance.
yes.
There's a mayor to the south that doesn't take any compensation at all.
Any more comments from directors? I hear a motion.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Got to take a roll call vote.
Roll call, you got resolution ordinance.
Vice President Lunsford,
Okay.
Director Schindler,
Yes.
Director Glenn,
Oh,
Director McKay,
Yes.
President Wallace.
No.
The ordinance fails, no votes by Lansdowne, Wallace, and
All right, we're going to close the public meeting. General counsel update. Oh, wait a minute, director's comments. Do we have any director's reports or comments?
I have 2 comments. I attended the ABAC meeting on the 8th of this month. And the reservoirs up north, when you read the newspaper, they're looking at the month of February, they're saying the month of February was dry and that the snowpack had decreased. There has been at least 4 storms that have come in. The first 2 have increased the reservoirs, and the third one has brought it just about to they're all full now. Okay? So ABAC is expecting that they're going to have their allocation again increase, but they don't know where it's going to increase to. So that's good news. And it'll be up, yes, not down, it's going to be up. And then there's going to be a smart landscape workshop at the Antelope Valley College on March 19th, 2016. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. And what it's going to do is it's going to help you pick the right plant, the weather, the soil, the drought tolerance, and many more factors need to be considered. And you can learn more here. And it's going to be in room TE3. And it's again from 9 to 11.
Any other director's comments?
St. Patrick's Day is coming up, that's 2 days from now, and you can celebrate it by going to the RMAC meeting, learning about the green. And I'm talking about the collectives that are on Diamond Street. There'll be a person from Kirk County Counseling Office will be coming to speak about the marijuana dispensary shops that are in and around Rosamond and how they're doing with litigation and what that all means to the downtown area, if that's going to continue or if they're making any headway. We haven't heard an update on from them in a long time, so looking forward to hearing what they're doing and how it's being done. And of course, if you come from Westgate or another people you hear from the Kirk County Sheriff's, I would go over times. And the AV crew is always a good one for the water folks. And citizens for responsible use of water. They're all welcome to come there 7 o'clock Thursday night at Humble Hall.
Any directors? Jim, Council update.
Yes, just a reminder to keep your Form 700s in. And also to let you know that there's new legislation pending before the Assembly regarding the Public Records Act, that I'm keeping a close eye on. That legislation would impact the district's administration of public records requests and would place a great onus on the district, and so I'm keeping a close eye on that. We'll keep you updated as it progresses.
General Manager.
Yes, there's some good news and bad news about the property and the water rights that we bought. The good news is it closed, and that makes us now in the adjudication one of the property owners. Okay, so we can actually go and vote for their water master because it's any successor. The bad news is the votes in that group are weighted. And a lot of the farmers have 1,800, 1,700, 2,700, 3,000 acre feet. We got 150. So our vote isn't going to count for hardly anything. But we are in that group now for the. I guess that would be an Exhibit 3 rather than Exhibit 4.
We closed escrow with it.
Monday.
We closed Monday, and they were going to record it today.
Yeah, we closed Monday and they recorded.
So does that mean that John and Brock are going to get their farmer hats out there?
That's entirely up to them.
Assistant General Manager.
I just have a little bit of information. The Department of Water Resources is now offering cash for grass, and our customers can go on our website. You can download the applications. Let's see here. The program will rebate up to $2 per square foot of turf removed for a maximum of $2,000 per household. Rebates are available for California single-family residents only, and the rebates are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. So the information's on our website. You can download that information and get some money back for cash for grass.
How much is their total? Is it just under
They don't say on how much they have total. It's just that's on a first-come, first-served basis and $2,000 per household.
I think last year we gave out a total of $5,000.
This is the remainder of the Prop 1 funds that weren't allocated to disadvantaged communities.
Okay, and there are some more funds that have come available with the bond that passed recently, or is it the water bond, the big water bond that passed, the building, another one underneath Delta?
Yeah, GEI is looking not only into those, but a couple other, areas to get revenue for that. And so they're looking into some of the bonds, and they got a pretty good track record, about 82%. So they've looked at Prop 1, they've looked at all the other ones, and there's a couple of new ones that they found also. So they're, whether it comes to recycled water, and so we're looking at bringing as much money as we can.
Something we can hit the ground running with pretty soon. There was something that came through from the RCSD office here a couple days ago.
And that's all I have.
And Brock put that up on the website today. So if you go to the front page of the website, how'd you finally do it? You did dollar signs and the rebate?
No, it's just a linked text. It's also on our conservation page. There's a link to the Save Our Water website there. There's flyers available on the table by the agendas, and there will be flyers available in the front office.
Director of Public Works.
Thank you. First, I would like to offer some explanation to Ms. Johnson regarding the William Fisher leak. These maps that you presented us, I appreciate. We do have these on file in our office, and these were used to mark the lines for the underground service alert for Race Communications installing the fiber optics there. The accuracy of these maps, what we found, does not match what's in the field. So our responsibility is to be within 2 feet of our marking. And if it's outside of that, if the contractor hits it, it's our responsibility. We were outside of that 2-foot window, therefore it's the responsibility of the district to fund that repair. So I do apologize for that. The responsibility is ours.
Okay. So, but you built William Fisher.
We'll check in. We'll check into that and see what was done on that.
So since the last board meeting, the Public Works staff has completed 3 service line leak repairs. We've repaired or replaced 6 angle stops. We've delivered 293 non-payment notices, and we've continued to install master meters. We're past the halfway point now. We keep going every month, but not as fast as we would like to.
Where are you at on your 10 car sound-wise, street-wise?
Currently, they're working behind Albertsons off of Westland Drive, trying to finish up that side of town. We have 3 separate routes that we read, or 3 separate handhelds. We have 3 employees that read meters every month. We're trying to make it where every employee can get meter reading done in less than 1 day to speed up the meter reading process.
How many new meters behind others?
How many?
The new meters, master meters.
What was that?
Yeah, where you at installing them? Behind Albertsons, you said?
Yeah, behind Albertsons. They're on Westland Drive.
So the advantage of the district is we have all the meters, it'll be much easier to read them.
Yeah, we can read the meters faster. Once these are all installed, it will be 1 person, 1 day to read the entire town. There's also some advantages that it will detect leaks for customers. If there's continual flow through the meter for more than 24 hours straight, it will give us a warning on our monthly meter reading. And we can tell the customer that they have a potential leak, or a hose was left on, or a faucet drip, something like that. We also have the ability to run reports and show them their daily usage, or up to every 2 hours their usage. So if there's a dispute with the bill, we can show when and where the water is used.
And that information will remain private to them, though.
Yes. Yeah, that's not public information.
We have a master meeting in Tertiary Street, and I want to say I like it a lot.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Director of Administration. All right, if no one objects,